If you could invite three amazing female that inspire you to Auxxo Female Catalyst Fund's party, who would it be and what would be on the menu?
Thank you for that question. So definitely Michelle Obama. Whitney Hurd, who is the founder of Bumble, one of the most successful female founders. To get a third aspect as maybe from the investor side, Serena Williams, I would love to have her as well.
Awesome. Sounds like a party you shouldn't miss.
Welcome to the EU Startups Podcast. Sit back and enjoy the show hosted by Marcin Lewandowski.
Hey everyone, this is Marcin Lewandowski and you're listening to the EU Startups Podcast. My guest today is Gesa Miczaika. Gesa is one of the founders and general partners at the Auxxo Female Catalyst Fund, a venture capital firm investing in female-founded startups in Europe. She is also the deputy president of the German Startups Association and the former member of the Young Digital Economy Advisory Board to the Minister of Economic Affairs and Energy in Germany. Gesa also founded the Evangelistas, a network of female business angels with more than 200 members. Everyone, please give it up for Gesa. Welcome to the show, Gesa.
Thank you so much for having me, Martin.
Amazing to have you. Gesa, so how are you today?
I'm really good. New year, new vibes. Sun is shining in Berlin, although it's like -8 degrees or something, but it's amazing. Really looking forward to 2024.
Amazing. Great to hear that. Gesa, so let's kick off with the first question. Co-founding Auxxo Female Catalyst Fund to support female founders across Europe is like lighting a spark for change. Can you take us back to the moment when you thought, this is it, we're creating something that will truly make a difference?
I don't think it was a real, a moment. I think it's a lot more gradual, and actually it's not, it actually started back in my childhood. So I grew up abroad. I'm a third culture kid, and all the role models I had were basically women either not working or being household help or doing charity work. And my parents telling me you can become whatever you want to, and kind of their, it not being a reality for me. And then we started investing as angels before we set up the fund. So, and we have our own similarity bias. So we were investing a lot into female founders who then gave us the feedback. Finally, someone's really helping us to get access to this very male-dominated VC world. And then the VCs telling us, wow, finally someone's helping us get really good female deal flow. And we're really struggling with that. So basically, I think the moment was one of the moments. But as I said, it was very gradual. It was like, look, there's a problem and all sides of the equation have a problem. And we're in the perfect position to help people solve this problem. And then there was a really great push from a friend of mine who's also a venture capitalist, and Jens Lapinski, big shout out to him, who one day said, look, you've been talking about this for such a long time, and you're just plain stupid if you don't do it now. So it's right. And then we started it, and I think the change was obvious to us before we even started the fund.
Awesome. The mission, your mission with the fund, and probably your personal mission as well, is to promote equitable representation of female founders and investors. And it sounds like, orchestrating a symphony for change. What are the key challenges that need to be addressed in achieving gender equality in VC?
I love how you say orchestrating a symphony of change. Sounds like music to my ears. Well, I think, the main thing that we're addressing is the similarity bias. And it's something that's just intrinsic to every person. So we also invested a lot into female founders as we had the similarity bias, and the whole VC ecosystem is very male. So I would say the key challenge is to address this similarity bias And in my opinion, there's actually two main things that need to be addressed. Number one is the LP side, to make this something that is really important in their agenda when they think about where they invest. In Germany, we have a saying, the fish stinks from the head. So if the LPs make this something really like a must-have to have diversity in investment teams, in the portfolio, et cetera, I think that would be something that really would improve this problem that we have right now. And the second thing is that the VC funds, hiring of senior positions with females. But I think the main thing is actually getting the real power of investing into diverse hands. So what do I mean by that is like the general partners, because the decision makers in a fund should become just more diverse, and thereby I would say those are like the two main things. From my opinion, I guess there's many other things that could be done. But if you want me to, put it down to 2 points, then that's what I would say.
You're not the first one, actually, who's telling me that change has to start from the top. And this is like, I recently had amazing guest also on the show, Vipali Nangya, and she was saying exactly the same.
Yes, I love her from Speed Invest. She's actually focusing on female founders for Speed Invest, and and that's what all funds need. All funds need people to have a mindset that they understand the different language that female founders might speak, and just have the similarity bias that is required. Or offset 100%. The similarity bias that one has is also an option.
Yeah, true. Gesa, as a deputy president of the German Startup Association, you're at the forefront of the startup scene. So what initiatives are crucial for fostering a more inclusive environment for startups in Germany and beyond? Yeah,
first of all, last December, I stepped down from this role, and after 4 years and a wonderful team, like with the head being Verena Pauster, very successful, very great founder and investor in Germany. She took over with a really strong team. But I think we set up in my time, and it was something that I was really at the forefront of also, is the initiative for startup diversity. And what we did was we basically addressed all stakeholders, and I think that is the solution at the end of the day. We need all hands to create change. So we addressed founders to dedicate real time and effort to get diverse cap tables. We talked to investors to somehow overcome their similarity bias. We were addressing LPs to demand diversity where they put their dollars. Also, the government, what about childcare at early ages in high quality? The state also, like things like creating and showing off role models, or making it financially possible for women to found businesses, or also to have access to STEM courses at universities and schools early on for everyone. And then we were also addressing scale-ups to hire diverse staff. And one of the also main things for me, again, is the state as an LP to funds. And also there are some state-owned funds. Should make sure that the team is very diverse, and especially, again, the people making the decisions, so the general partners in that case.
Let's move on to Evangelistas now, because this is something that really interests me. So co-founding Evangelistas, which is a network of female business angels, sounds like assembling a superhero squad to me. So what impact have you seen from this initiative, and what role do you see it playing in the future?
Yeah, well, this was it started off in 2019 with a small WhatsApp group, and back in the day, I just noticed, or we noticed, look, we're women investing in startups, and there's not many women doing that. So why don't we join forces with the other women and kind of exchange deal flow, help each other, tell each other about events where one should go, etc., etc. And we built this community and up to around 200 Evangelistas. And then we just noticed it was too big for us to handle. So we gave it to Julia Dus, who's an amazing also investor, but she also helps VC funds and private equity funds to hire female power in their in the senior team. So we thought she was exactly the person to do this and to continue with this. And you asked, like, what came out of this basically? So number one is, in my opinion, the role models. So since it became very, very public, it showed many women, look, you can also be an angel investor, and you don't need to be like the richest person on earth to do that. And it's actually pretty easy if you join forces, then and there's many people you can join forces with. So that's the number one thing that it actually created. And the second thing was also it made access to deal flow and access to the cap tables easier. So there were several deals that actually one that I know of, we weren't part of this, where 8 different Evangelistas were part of the funding round, which was really cool. So it did have an impact so far, and I'm sure because Julia Dus, she's thinking a lot more in terms of European network and a lot bigger scale. I'm sure she's going to create an even bigger impact than we have so far.
Amazing. Gesa, so we know by now that you're a busy entrepreneur and investor. Balancing it all, being a VC superhero by day, and I've heard that you're a mindful hiker by weekend. How do you manage to find equilibrium and avoid burnout? Or do you have any life hacks or rituals that help you keep the work-life harmony intact? Or maybe a secret dance move that only your family knows?
I actually do have a secret hobby that I don't want to say on this podcast because I feel. I feel like it's nothing like special, but the thing is that it's part of nature. So basically, I've been doing a lot of inner work and in all different sorts of things. So lots of meditation, lots of yoga, lots of really, doing deep psychological work inside, and concentrating on good nutrition, concentrating on good sleep, etc., etc. So all these topics have been really, really key to me. And just in the past few months, I've been doing something completely new. So I've been going into something more astrological, and people may laugh at this, but for me it was like really helpful. It's called. So I started off with human design. I don't know if people know about this. And in human design, I'm an emotional generator. That's what I'm called. And an emotional generator needs to first of all. Always listen to the own body if they should do something or not. And this has been actually key to me being able to handle all the stuff that I handle in parallel. I mean, I'm also a part-time mom of 2 daughters and, with the Startup Association, with the Evangelistas, it was just a lot of things that I was doing in parallel. Yeah. And this helped a lot because it showed me, like, if I don't listen to myself and I don't take care of myself, then I will burn my energy. But since I'm a generator type, I have like endless energy. So I just have to feel inside myself what are the things I really want to do. And that was like a big aha moment for me. So that's like, if you're talking about the dance, the secret dance move, I think my secret dance move is actually listening to my body and really deeply listening to my body and understanding where is it that I want to put my energy. And actually, the next thing, and for people who know human design, this is probably really interesting, because the next, let's say the next phase I went to was going into the golden keys. The gene keys and the golden circle. That's what it's called. And it's like a path you go where you try to live a better life. Let's say it that way. And it's been really helpful to me. So I have all sorts of different hacks, and they're all about inner work. They're all about how can I make this life count.
This is super interesting. This is super awesome. So what's the most unexpected place you've found Zen at? Like whether it's a mountaintop or a cozy sauna, and how did it inspire you?
Funny enough, so I go to the woods every weekend, almost every weekend, because nature for me is like the place. But my final realization is, and this is really unexpected, the space is actually not a physical space. It's actually a space right inside of me, and I can actually even locate it. So it's right under my stomach, and that's where I go to find Zen.
Amazing. This is a great answer. I love your answer. The place is not actually out. The place is inside you. Like, this is perfect.
The place is inside me. It's inside me. Yeah. And it's always accessible. That's a super cool thing.
That's awesome. Gesa, working closely with female founders probably must have brought some special moments. Can you share a moment that, touched your heart, or a story that reflects the resilience and the brilliance of female founders that you work with? I'm sure that there are dozens
of. Yeah, I was going to say I have dozens of stories. I guess one story that is really close to, because it's just recently, again, I've been in touch with this founder, is the one founder from our portfolio. She actually grew up in a war zone and continued her life and went to another war zone, and then kind of noticed deep inside herself that she has a lot more resilience than other people due to this. And so what she did was actually she turned this into a superpower. And since then, she's been working effortlessly, not effortlessly, with a lot of effort, but still like, how do you say, like really heads on, dedicated to find something that she can really make a difference with. And her North Star is she really wants to help people actually she wants to save the world. That's her North Star. And she said the way to do that for her is to become a super successful founder, earn a lot of money, and invest this money into nature, into the people that will change things, etc., etc. So turning something that where life didn't give you the cherries that you required, and turning it into something to be able to give everyone else cherries. I think that is a story that really stuck with me.
That is an awesome story. Definitely worth sharing. Gesa, if you could, let's change the topic a bit. If you could invite 3 amazing female, let's say, entrepreneurs, investors, or leaders, generally female, that inspire you, to Auxxo Female Catalyst Fund's party, who would it be, and what would be on the menu?
Thank you for that question. So definitely Michelle Obama. Definitely Michelle Obama, out of obvious reasons, also like her whole, all her recent books and talking about enoughness, etc., etc. Then Whitney Hurd, who is the founder of Bumble, one of the most successful female founders. I think it would be also like with children, doing this and being a great role model. Yeah. And also, so to get a third aspect is maybe from the investor side, Serena Williams. I would love to have her as well.
Awesome.
And yeah, those would be the people that I would invite.
And what would be on the menu?
So it would have to be vegan or vegetarian. I'm I'm none of both. I try to eat vegan, but I'm not. But I think it's the right thing to do, basically. And and I think to keep it like really healthy, I would have lots of salad and vegetables. And one thing is, like, I'm an absolute addict of cashew nuts and dark chocolate from a specific brand. So that would be the dessert.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like a party you shouldn't miss. Gesa, so looking into the future, can you paint a picture of the landscape for female entrepreneurs and investors that you would like to see in like 10 years from now? Like, what would be like the blockbuster ending that you envision for the VC industry in terms of gender equity? And if this vision had a soundtrack, what song would play in it?
Okay, so what's the vision? The vision for me is that gender doesn't play a role anymore, because it's just naturally kind of that there's a specific threshold, let's say 30%, that no gender goes below. So that for me would be like what I would envision. I would like the way women work, how they think, to be valued and seen as a real strength, real contribution to whatever. And I mean, the ending would be, I would like the face of the economy, especially in the higher ranks and the higher hierarchical levels, to be a mirror of the face of society. And and I think happily ever after is basically what I would like it to be. So everyone in the world saving big problems, working together for a good cause, etc., etc. And soundtrack that fits to that. Maybe We Are the World from what is it, USA for Africa, or from Africa, USA for Africa, I think. You know, we are the world, we are the children. And and there's one passage that says, kind of, let us let us know or realize that that change can only come if we all stand together, if we all do things together. So that I would use.
Yeah, that change can only come from within, because like there's a lot of people, you know, who go out there and they try to change the world by changing other people, and you can only see the real change once you change yourself first, right?
That first, but you can also only do it if everyone comes together. Like, we can't work against each other. We have to work together, collaborate, have an abundance mindset, so collaboration, abundance mindset. Those are like the main things that I would like that soundtrack to encompass.
Amazing, Gesa. I've been enjoying this interview so much. Thank you so much for your time. That was actually the last question. You're so nice. I could talk to you for hours. Thanks so much. Good luck with everything. And I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Martin, for having me. It was great fun.
Awesome. Ciao.
Ciao.